Okay. Okay. Effect of supply voltage on torque and speed. So what is previous topic? Already we have discussed what is torque equation, what are the torque slip characteristics, and effect of supply voltage. So already we have discussed by adding rotor resistance in rotor circuit, we can increase the starting torque, but the magnitude of maximum torque is constant. Magnitude of maximum torque is constant, but the torque at which occurs, the slip corresponding to the torque will changes. Sm is equal to R2 by X2. Okay, that is previous class. So maximum torque is independent of rotor resistance, but starting torque is depend on rotor resistance. Starting torque is directly proportional to rotor resistance. That is previous topic. Okay, now effect of supply voltage on torque and speed. So we will discuss how a supply voltage can change the torque. This is the basic torque equation. K S E2 square R2 by R2 square plus SX2 whole square. S E2 square R2 by R2 square plus SX2 whole square. Where V is the supply voltage, phi is proportional to V, phi is proportional to V. So E2 is proportional to pi, pi is proportional to V. So torque is proportional to S into V square. Torque is proportional to S into V square. So from this we can say that torque is directly proportional to square of supply voltage. That means as supply voltage increases, torque also increases, but not in a linear. It is square of supply voltage. Okay, this is the basic relation of torque and supply voltage relation. Next topic, testing of induction motors. Testing of induction motors. Here we have various tests. No load test. This test is similar to the no load test on a transformer. Same here in no load test, which is exactly similar to transformer no load test. Same as the transformer no load test. This is the diagram. Okay, look at the diagram. Okay, this is the diagram. Okay, here this test is exactly similar to transformer open circuit test or no load test. Transformer open circuit test or no load test. Okay, if you go for transformer in open circuit test, secondary side HV winding is open circuited. Or later in transformer open circuit test, the secondary winding is open circuited. That means HV winding is open circuited, and here motor is connected to, sorry, primary winding LV winding is connected to single phase AC supply. That is the transformer open circuit test. In transformer open circuit test, what is HV winding is open circuited and LV winding is connected to the AC supply, and meters are also connected to the AC supply. And by applying rated voltage, okay, we can conduct this experiment. Okay, here in this also same thing. Here this is a three phase induction motor. This is three phase induction motor. Outside outer part stator, and inner part rotor. Outer part stator and inner part rotor. The three phase AC supply is connected to the stator. Here two wattmeter methods. Okay, two wattmeters, W1, W2, two wattmeters. This is current coil of wattmeter, and this is pressure coil. This is also pressure coil and current coil. Pressure coil, pressure coil. So wattmeter 1, wattmeter 2. This is current coil is in connected in series. Pressure coil is connected in parallel. Okay, these two pressure coils are joined, and this common point is connected to any one phase. This is three phase supply. This is three phase supply. RYB, RYB, and here one ammeter is connected. One ammeter is connected, and one voltmeter is also connected. Ammeter is connected and voltmeter is connected. Outer part stator, stator winding. For stator winding, all these parameters are connected. Here inner part rotor on no load. That means no load means just here any load is not connected to the motor. Similar to brake test of various motors, at starting condition that load is not applied. We are applying load with the help of pulley arrangement, brake drum and pulley arrangement. But here in this case, we are not connecting any load. We are not connecting any load to the rotor. This is stator winding and this is rotor winding. What is the various procedure? Okay, here at input we can connect one three-phase variac, okay, which is not mentioned in the circuit diagram. Three-phase variac means so variable voltage. We can apply a variable voltage to this motor. Under no load condition, under no load condition, so only the procedure is apply rated voltage with the help of this voltmeter, because voltmeter is connected between these two phases. So this voltmeter gives line voltage. Okay, for our houses, line voltage standard value 440 volts. Phase voltage is 230. So line voltage is 440 volts. Okay, here at input we can connect one three-phase variac. That means variac means with the help of this we will get only variable voltage. So by rotating the sliding contact, with the hand, so that voltage is slowly increases from 20 volts, 50 volts, so like that. So it is increases, and it is increases up to rated voltage. That rated voltage is 440 volts. Simply we can say what is the experiment is, just apply rated voltage and note down the readings. Do not connect any load. Do not connect any load. Do not connect any load. Just apply rated voltage, rated voltage, and note down readings of this voltmeter and ammeter, wattmeter 1, wattmeter 2. Okay, now we can say because it is under no load condition, so rotor current is small. So copper loss is I square R. So rotor current is small. So rotor copper loss we can neglect. Copper losses are neglected. So the motor takes total a power of the sum of these two wattmeters, that will gives the total power. The sum of these two wattmeters, that will gives the total power. Here which power it will shows the W1 plus W2, that is total power. That means the motor takes a power of no load losses, that means core losses or iron losses. Core losses or iron losses, and in order to rotate that for opposition of friction and windage, so it takes friction and windage losses also. that are also known as mechanical losses. This is the experimental procedure. So total power is equal to, according to 2 wattmeter method, by adding these two wattmeters you can get total three phase power only. By adding 2 wattmeter method, 2 wattmeters, W1 plus W2. So that will give the total three phase power. Okay, here how much amount of power is required for this motor to run under no load condition means, under no load condition copper loss is zero. So the power is taken from supply to meet iron losses or core losses and friction and windage losses, or simply mechanical losses. This is the experimental procedure. Okay, here same transformer diagram is given. Under no load condition, we can determine R naught value, X naught value, and no load power factor. These are the parameters. Working component, magnetizing component, no load current. We can determine all these parameters. Okay, no load test. Just apply rated voltage and do not apply any load. Do not apply any load and apply rated voltage and note down the readings. That is only the procedure. Okay, here this W naught is nothing but total three phase power, W1 plus W2. W naught, that gives W1 plus W2. V1 is input voltage. V1 is input voltage. Input voltage. Okay, we know W naught is equal to 3 Vi cos pi, or cos pi is equal to W by 3 Vi I naught. Here in formulas we can use root 3. If you use root 3, you take line voltage. Power formula root 3 VL IL cos pi. Power formula root 3 VL IL cos pi. Root 3 VL IL cos pi. Okay, if you take voltage and currents or line voltage, you follow root 3 here. Okay, three phase power formula 3 VI cos pi. Single phase power formula VI cos pi. Three phase power 3 into V phase I phase cos pi. Phase voltage here, phase voltage, phase current, like this. But in most of the problems we can use here root 3, because the given voltage is always line voltage. You can follow either root 3 or 3, whatever it may be. Just you remember, if you take phase voltage, you take here 3. If you take line voltage here, you take root 3. Just a simple formula, root 3 VL IL cos pi. Root 3 VL IL cos pi. It is W naught is equal to W1 plus W2. Cos pi naught is no load power factor. Okay, W naught value is the sum of two wattmeters. W naught value we can get. V1 means this voltmeter reading. I naught means this ammeter reading. So you can get cos pi naught value. And another no load parameter R naught. V1 by IW. IW is equal to I naught cos pi naught. What is I naught? This no load ammeter reading. No load current. I naught is ammeter reading, I naught value. So IW is equal to I naught cos pi naught. I naught cos pi naught. Similarly, X naught. V1 by I mu. What is I mu, or magnetizing current, or we can take IM. I mu is equal to I naught sin pi naught. This is the diagram. No load no load equivalent circuit. Input voltage, we are applying this input voltage V1, and a no load current is flowing I naught. Here one component is to supply core losses. This is working component of current. IW working component of no load current. This is used to supply core losses I mu or Im. This is magnetizing current, magnetizing component to produce the required flux in the motor. So this current is useful, magnetizing. So complete no load current is resultant of I mu and IW. No load current is resultant of I mu and IW. I mu and IW. No load current I mu. I naught is resultant of I mu IW. What is IW is equal to working component I naught cos pi naught. I mu is equal to I naught sin pi naught. Curves obtained from no load test data here. Input power, as input voltage increases, this input power increases and input current also increases. This is the curve. As input voltage increases, input power increases and input current also increases. Power is more because sum of W1 plus W2. Power is more, so it is taken above this current line. This is about a no load test. This is about no load test. Now block rotor test. This test is same as the transformer short circuit test. Transformer short circuit test, here block rotor test. The same diagram here. This is a three-phase induction motor stator. This is block rotor means rotor is blocked with the help of belt arrangement. By tightening belt, tight the belt fully. If you tight the belt full, this rotor will be blocked and it is not allowed to rotate freely. Rotor will not rotate, so it can be treated as block rotor test. If rotor is not allowed to rotate, rotor is not allowed to rotate, by brakes arrangement, that is block rotor test. That means which is a similar to short circuit test. Short circuit means here blocked rotor. Rotor is not rotating. That means it is taking large amount of current. Short circuit means that one. If rotor is blocked, that means more than full load means just by applying small load, by increasing load, so that current increases. By increasing load, current increases. By tightening the belt, current increases, and again tightening this belt, current increases. You can get full load current, but after that also, if you tighten the belt, so rotor is blocked. In this experiment, similar to what is the transformer, in transformer, LV side is short circuited, LV side is short circuited, and meters are connected to HV side. LV side is short circuited, and meters are connected to HV side. Here also same thing. Initially, before applying this experiment, before giving connection, first of all, block the rotor with the help of pulley arrangement, belt and pulley arrangement. Block the rotor. Now the same thing as it is as previous here. Two wattmeters W1, W2, W1, W2. These are the two wattmeters. W1, W2 are two wattmeters, and one ammeter and one voltmeter. Here auto transformer, just to apply here rated current. What is the main procedure? Same as the transformer. Just apply rated current and note down the readings. Here also everything same. Apply rated current. Do not apply here rated voltage because already motor is blocked. If you apply small voltage only, you will get rated current. Here reference parameter is rated current is a reference parameter, not voltage. Slowly vary the auto transformer. Slowly vary the auto transformer up to rated current and observe ammeter reading carefully. Slowly vary the auto transformer. Okay, there is a knob is there with and sliding contact. With the help of our hand, okay, you can rotate that sliding contact. Slowly vary this auto transformer. Slowly vary this auto transformer. Observe ammeter reading. Vary this auto transformer up to rated current only, not rated voltage. Rated current only. Because small voltage is sufficient to produce rated current. Because rotor is short circuited, that means blocked. So rotor draws high current, automatically stator also takes high current for small voltages only. Okay, if you apply rated voltage, there is a possibility of burning of motor because here rotor is blocked, rotor is short circuited. So small voltage produces very large current. So this is the main precaution while conducting blocked rotor test. What is that main precaution? With the help of auto transformer, with the help of auto transformer, vary the auto transformer up to rated current just to note down all the readings. Just to note down all the readings. Now note down the readings of voltmeter, ammeter, and two wattmeters W1 W2, voltmeter, ammeter, two wattmeters W1 W2. A rotor is blocked. Here, what are the various calculation? In no load test, we can find out R naught value, X naught value, no load parameters R naught, X naught, magnetizing current, working component of current, I mu, IW is equal to I naught cos phi naught, I mu is equal to I naught sin phi naught, and no load power factor cos phi naught. Here we can get R01, X01. All parameters are referred to stator. R01, X01. Here this is the short circuit current and this is applied voltage, short circuited applied voltage, VSC ISC. This is R01, X01. We can find out these parameters from block rotor test. Here one careful consideration. Voltage is low, voltage is depend on iron losses depend on voltage. So in block rotor test we can neglect iron losses. And here friction windage loss also neglected because rotor is blocked. That means it is not rotating. Here rotor is blocked, that means it is not rotating. Rotor is not rotating, so rotor is blocked. So mechanical, that means friction and windage losses is zero. And iron loss, because here we are applying small voltage, here only rated current. Up to rated current only we are applying this voltage, small voltage. So iron loss also we can neglect. Iron losses will taking place, but small amount. So this is one more consideration. Here, what are the parameters you can calculate from this test? R01, X01, R01, X01. So the resultant of these two, that is Z01. Here this is VSC, ISC. Now this is the main process of conducting block rotor test. Okay. In no load test, apply rated voltage and note down readings. Do not apply any load. Find out R naught, X naught, I naught, I mu, IW. That is no load test. In block rotor test, rotor is blocked. That means not allowed to rotate with the help of belt and pulley arrangement. Here we can determine R01, X01 equivalent circuit parameters, total resistance and total reactance. What is here main consideration? In no load test, we are neglecting copper losses because in no load test current is small. In no load test current is small, so we can neglect copper loss. Okay, in block rotor test, rotor is not rotating, so we can neglect mechanical losses. And here we are applying less voltage, so we can neglect iron loss also because iron losses depend on voltage. So in block rotor test, we will get the sum of these powers that mainly gives copper losses only W1 plus W2. W1 plus W2 that will give stator and rotor copper losses only. because current is flowing rated current. So W1 plus W2, that means total power. Total power is the motor is taking a power of E which is equivalent to, what is that one? Copper losses, stator copper loss and rotor copper loss. This is the main criteria. In no load test, W1 plus W2. No load loss, that means iron losses is, so in no load test we can determine iron losses. In block or rotor test we can determine copper losses. Same as a transformer. Okay, these are the various formulas. Okay, but in problems, okay, it is taken root 3. If you take line voltage, line current, you take here root 3, same as previous. What is WSC is equal to W1 plus W2. Sum of two wattmeter readings. WSC. SC means during short circuit condition. Total input power during short circuit condition. VSC. Applied voltage during short circuit condition. ISC. Rated current during block or rotor condition or short circuit condition. Here S is equal to taken as 1 because why S is equal to 1 is taken, because here rotor is not rotating, rotor is blocked, so rotor speed is 0. So what is slip formula? Ns minus n by ns. Put n is equal to 0, you will get S is equal to ns by ns. S is equal to ns by ns. So here you will get S is equal to 1, because under block or rotor condition rotor is blocked, that means not rotating. So rotor speed 0, n is equal to 0. So if you take the formula for slip, what is the formula? S is equal to ns minus n by ns. If n is equal to 0, so like this. So like this in slip formula, you substitute speed is n is equal to 0. So S is equal to ns by ns. Ns minus n by ns actual formula. So put n is equal to 0. We'll get slip S is equal to 1. So power factor during short circuit condition cos pi SC you can find out here. What is WSC is equal to WSC is equal to W1 plus W2. Okay, no load test also same. What is slip? Okay, these are the main criteria. In block rotor condition, speed is 0. So sub n is equal to 0. Skip formula ns minus n by ns. So you will get s is equal to 1. We will get s is equal to 1. And WSC, that means power under short circuit condition, that is the sum of two wattmeter readings W1 plus W2. In open circuit test, no load test also same. In no load test also same formula. WSC is equal to W1 plus W2. WSC is equal to W1 plus W2. So slip S is equal to 1. Substitute here. W is equal to root 3 VI cos phi. That is basic formula. W is equal to root 3 VI cos phi. So it can be equated to, so it can be equated into WSC can be equated into root 3 VI cos phi. Root 3 VL. You take line voltage, line current. Then you take root 3. You take phase voltage, phase current. You take root only 3. This is for line. This is line voltage. So for line voltage, you take this formula root 3 VLIL cos phi. But if you consider phase voltage, this formula is 3 into V phase I phase cos phi. Here in this formula, it is taken phase voltage. Phase voltage. Okay. While solving problems, we are following this only. But okay, in textbook, this is given. Now, what is the total power that is equal to cos theta power factor R by Z? What is Z01? Okay, I think here the formulas are not mentioned clearly. What is Z01 is equal to VSC by ISC. Okay, here you can find out Z01. So wattmeter gives WSC is equal to I square R. And Z is equal to root R square plus X square. Okay, from these you can get all the formulas. You can get all the formulas. Z01 is equal to VSC by ISC. WSC is equal to ISC square R01. WSC is equal to 2 wattmeters reading addition W1 plus W2. This is ISC. So you can get R01. So Z01 is here, R01 is here. So Z is equal to root R square plus X square. From these you can get